What's up guys, my name is ESO and welcome to the Chef build guide. Firstly, just to clarify, this build does not require any mods or DLC to use. And it's actually a viable build to play with. It works pretty well on higher difficulties. It's a fun, trivial build that you can all have a laugh using.
Oh, thank goodness. I've been wandering alone for so long I thought I'd never see another soul again.
Before I get into how it works, and where you can get the required equipment, let me just tell you the backstory of the build. You're the Gourmet, the most famous chef in Skyrim, but you are tricked by the Daedric prince Namira. She tricked you into tasting human flesh, but it was not a trick. She but opened your eyes to the glorious wonder that the succulent meat provides.
Don't be shy. You should be the one to call. He looks so sweet. Go ahead, have the first bite.
You turned mad with an undying hunger for people. The taste fascinates you. You're a cannibalistic chef who's in love with his profession. You're always on the lookout for the next best ingredient to create your legendary dishes with. You're obsessed. You'll eat anything that's edible. You'll often spend hours wandering from bush to bush scouring the land for things to sample. You will eat and drink everything you come across in the wilderness. So let's have a look at the kit at your disposal. Funnily enough, you can actually get a wieldable knife and fork weapon in Skyrim. I'll leave a link in the description to my other guide that shows you where you can get them. They're integral to the build. How else can you sample your enemy's burning flesh? When you have a knife and fork, you're going to need to enchant them. You can use the fire damage enchantment to cook your foes alive, and then enchant the knife with the fear enchantment. People will flee in terror as you cut them open while they're still breathing. And lastly, enchant the fork with the drain health enchantment, so you can gain health while you eat their smouldering flesh. Yummy, I know. If you don't already have these enchantments available to you, just check out the description for some information on where you can get them. With these ferocious dual power attacks, you'll be dealing 276 magic damage. That's true outright damage because it's not affected by armour. Now for the outfit. You need to look the part. You prefer to wear the clothes of your trade, so you're always prepared to cook at any given moment. You can get yourself some chef robes really easily. If you just travel to Solitude, there's a clothing shop just here. Just go inside and you'll find the clothes available for 1 or 2 gold. You might also want to buy some boots, gloves, a pendant and a ring for enchanting later.
let me just drop
Once you have your
everything to
clothes
help.
and
Take a
jewellery,
look.
you can enchant them with fortify destruction related skills. It is possible to reduce your destruction spell cost to 0 doing this method. Also, by using this method you will get unlimited enchantment charge on your knife and fork weapons, so you'll never have to recharge them. It will turn you into a killing machine. For a full guide on how to enchant your armour like this, check out my guide in the description. If you plan to play this build from a low level, then you'll need another form of damage, because you won't have a high enchanting skill yet. I suggest using destruction magic in combination with your knife and fork. Invest in the destruction skill tree and get the reduced expert spell cost perk. You won't really need the master level one. Then get the increased flame damage perks, and finally get the incinerate spell. This will cause enemies on low health to flee if they're on fire. You can use flame related destruction skills to burn people alive. I recommend using the flame cloak ability, which will turn you into a walking oven, so you can cook and eat with both your knife and fork simultaneously. Or you can wield your knife in one hand to fear people and proceed to chase them down with your incinerate spells. But of course, elves are better to be cooked slowly, so you can use the Wall of Flame spell to surround them in a wreath of fire. You could also use the Sunflare power. This is a very powerful ability that you can use to batch bake a small village. I have a guide in the description explaining how you can get this. The one-handed skill is not that important in this build, because our main damage is coming from destruction spells and the magically enchanted weapons, and the fact that it ignores people's armor. So you only want to invest in the Duel Flurry perk, which gives you an attack speed buff, so you can inflict the max amount of damage possible. While you were going around Skyrim sampling all those ingredients, you've learnt all their qualities, so you can now mix up the most potent potions. You also sometimes enjoy imbuing your weapons with a slight hint of spider venom. It goes quite well with a barbecued dark elf. Alchemy potions will also be your main source of healing. And of course you're a cook. So check out the description for some useful recipes, and get cooking. As for the stat distribution, I'd suggest you mainly focus on health and magicka, unless you're using my mage enchantment armor guide, which will give you unlimited magicka, in which case I'd go for a ratio of 1 magicka to 3 health and 1 stamina. You should be getting great stamina regeneration from the food you'll be cooking anyway, so you'll be able to keep up repeated power attacks. Another important piece of equipment for this build is the Ring of Namira. When you wear the ring, you can feed off the flesh of your enemies. Doing so will give you a 50-point boost to stamina and give you back 50 health. It also gives you 50% health and stamina regeneration for 5 minutes. The best part is that you can remove the ring and you will still have the 50% health and stamina regeneration effects. So just put the ring on when you want to feed. You can find the location of the ring in the video description. You can play this build with or without shouts, but if you want an extra edge, you can use the fire breath shout to cook your enemies alive in a fiery inferno. I hope this build appeals to your taste buds, and I hope you enjoy the fresh, weird, but yet wonderful way of playing the game. Stumbling around Skyrim, mostly disorientated on the effects of mushrooms, and guffawing around from too many alcoholic beverages. You'll often wonder, what the fuck am I doing? Remember to hit that subscribe button for more guides and unique builds. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
Yes, I haven't got all day.